Hello everybody, hope you're doing amazing today. Coming to you with another video. I've got another message on my heart I wanted to share with you all. That's what I do. Hey, if you're brand new to these videos, I drop a video every day, Monday through Friday, weekdays. And just talking about how do you succeed, man? How do you get to the top? You know what I mean? Like if you are somebody who tries to get, if you're grinding, if you're trying to get to the top at your game, at whatever it is that you're doing, we gotta chat, because I think we've got something in common, because that's what I'm trying to do, you know. And if you're trying to do that, let's collaborate. Let's talk about this kind of, how do we do this, right? So I'm supercharging my car right now. See that right there? Feeding my Tesla. So as I'm just gonna have a few minutes here, I want to talk to you about something that I think is really critically important, something that I think will really help you, because it helped me. Because and I see this as a common denominator, a pattern that helps, or makes or breaks people, and that is your belief system. This is the invisible force that literally shapes your entire life. It shapes your financial life, it shapes your marketing abilities, it shapes your selling abilities, it shapes your spending patterns. You know what I mean? Like some people that just as soon as they get the money, they waste the money. It literally shapes everything. It shapes how you think, and that is your belief, your core inner belief system, right? And we hear sayings like, hey, birds of a feather flock together, and that's so true. But so many times I think entrepreneurs, people like us, we know things, but we don't really understand, or we don't really dissect them. We don't really look into them deep enough for them to make an impact, or impact us and our lives, right? And so this belief system is really critically important. If somebody believes that they are they are destined to be this little guy, guess what? There will always be this little guy. If somebody believes that they're nobody out there, and they're just trying, their lot in life is to always struggle, they will always struggle. Now, I don't think you're that type of a person. If you're watching these videos, if you're venturing out to be more entrepreneurial, you want to make your difference, you want to make an impact, you want to create a better life, I don't think you're necessarily that person. At least I hope you're not. I think you're a big thinker. At least you try to think big. But here's the situation, though. Here's where the trap that you need to be very mindful about, and that is this: it's your conditioning. Right? So, we hear sayings like, hey, you got to change your belief system, change your thinking, change your life. And all these things are true. Now, the big question is, how do we do that? How do you change your belief system? How do you change your thinking, right? How do you change your behavior? How do you change your paradigm? And so, again, this is one of these things that we can be talking about for hours and hours and hours. I mean, they do workshops on these kind of topics, that people attend for days and weeks. I'll give you a breakdown as I would teach it to somebody. Like this is what I try to teach my kids as well, right? And that is this, and this is what I've been taught, and this is what I learned from and read in the good books out there, and that is this: like, if you want to have a certain outcome, that certain outcome, whether it's money, health, finances, relationships, ability to market, ability to get out there, right, it's going to stem from what you do. Does that make sense? So we're going to backtrack. So we all want to have these great outcomes, these awesome results. Now, what precedes that is like what we do, right? Our actions. Now, our actions, what precedes our action is the behavior. Okay? So we behave a certain way, or in other words, if we think a certain way, therefore we will behave a certain way, right? And then the actions will be incongruent to that, and then the results will follow, right? Now, how do we change what is in here? Okay, now how you change your belief is really simple, and it's so simple it goes over most people's heads, and they don't pick it up, and they still search for the secret. And that is this: belief comes from hearing, right? Belief comes from hearing. So in other words, if you hear something over and 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 over again, you will begin to believe it. Okay, you hear something long enough, repetitively, over and over, you will begin to believe it. Okay, on the subconscious level. Now, you know, in the last couple of videos that I posted here on this channel, you know, I started to kind of talk a little bit about, or mention a little bit about this thing called conscious mind and subconscious mind. You know, conscious mind, we can, you know, we can dream. Oh my goodness, I want to have a better car. I want to have a better house. I want to have more money. I want to make more money. I want to go to vacation. All these conscious imagination, which is great. Now, what really runs your life and gets you everything that you have and literally controls how you behave is your subconscious. So when we reprogram our subconscious mind, okay, there is a process to do that, and we're going to be talking and discussing more of these topics and more of these things, how-tos and stuff like that, you know, moving forward. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can, you know, get when I post these new videos every day, you can be notified. I want to talk about some deep stuff here with you, right? Now, when you venture out to reprogram your subconscious mind, this is what we really got to focus and work with, because it's like that operating system that runs everything. Right? You can have the great application, a great app, or a great program, but if it's installed on a faulty operating system, it's not going to work. It's going to break. Right? Now, the way that this is very, very fundamental kind of a talk here. I want to portray to you. So, how do you create a certain belief system? Well, it's through hearing. Okay, it's through hearing. This is one of the major ways. I read the Bible a lot, and it's in the Bible. It says as well. It says, you know, faith comes from hearing. Okay, and then hearing comes from the Word of God. Now, I can tell you unequivocally, this is how you change your belief system. This is one of the biggest things that you can implement or tweak in your life to change your belief system is this. Your belief will come from hearing, okay, information, okay, repetition. That's how you know your name. That's why you know your name. That's why, you know, you react to things the way you do, because you were conditioned through repetition. When we were baby, right? What was going on in our environment, everything went into our subconscious mind. Boom, boom, boom. That shaped our operating system. That shaped our values. That shaped our perception, you know, the way we view the world, how we respond, react, all that stuff. It shaped how much money that you think you're capable of earning, therefore your belief system, right? See what I'm saying? So in order for us to change that, we need to change it through hearing. Okay, this is one of the major and probably the simplest ways that we can implement strategies to do that. Now, what do we hear? You know, what do we listen to? And this is where your conscious mind now starts to become really relevant, because consciously we can filter information. Consciously we can be deliberate about the information that we focus on, that we consume, right? So information or hearing should come from the source. Now, let me explain to you what I mean by this, right? So the source could be good or bad. The source could be neutral. The source could be confusing. The source is whatever that information is stemming from. Okay, so if you want to change your income, if you want to change your business, if you want to change your life, if you want to have more money, okay, you've got to change the way that you think. And the way that you think stems from what you believe at a core, at a root of your subconscious, right? In order for you to change that, simply, my friend, I'm going to give you the simplest formula that's going to change your life. I promise you. If I could just come and grab you and hug you in the back and just shake you up a little bit and say, you know what, just do this thing for the next 30 or 60 days and let me know the results that you get from it, okay? I would do that. But since I can't, because of the, you know, I'm speaking to you here through this video, hopefully you're picking up my, you know, my passion about this, because it really changed my thinking. It reshaped my life, the way I was thinking and believing and everything. And that is this: you've got to be very deliberate about what kind of source you are receiving this information from, right? So if you want to go from being broke, right, or have the mindset of I'm poor, which is what most people, you know, why most people are not successful, because they believe that they're poor. Okay, well, I'm a poor, you know, my upbringing is poor, all that stuff. So to change that, now the way that you're going to change that is deliberately focus on the information that will be the polar opposite of that. Okay, so one of the best ways that I helped myself, one of the simplest things that I did for myself early on to change my belief, was listening to people that have made it, people that have overcome struggles, people that, you know, rags to riches stories. Okay, and I would just like listen to that over and over and over and over, audios, read about it, read autobiographies, watch videos about him, right? As you do that, though, you want to be very careful not to mix other information that will contradict that what you are trying to reprogram. See what I'm saying? So if you're trying to, does that make sense though? Let me know in the comments if this is making sense. This is so simple, but because it's simple, this tends to go over people's heads, right? Deliberately, constantly, for the next 30 days, 60 days maybe, give yourself a challenge that you will pay zero attention to any information that is not supporting that belief system that you're trying to build for yourself. Does that make sense? So if it's the belief system you want to build for yourself, or you want to change, that would say, I am destined, I am destined, I'm worthy, I'm important, right? I bring value to the world. I am somebody who is unique. I'm here for a reason. I'm not just here to just exist and pay my bills and live paycheck to paycheck. I'm here to make a difference, right? Like if you wanna build that kind of a belief system, you've got to listen to other people constantly, repetitively, okay, that propagate that kind of a messaging, right? Does that make sense? All right. And so you cannot be mixing information or listening to people that would say, well, you are not important, like we're these little creatures on planet Earth there, and our lot in life is just kind of a preset for us and circumstances, and there is nothing we can do. Yes, there is something you can do about it. You know what I mean? It's a decision. You see what I'm saying? So if you give yourself a challenge like this for the next 30 days, 60 days, deliberately, pick a belief system you want to embed in yourself, and then constantly seek out information, because remember this formula, okay? Belief comes from hearing, and hearing comes from the source, okay? So if you consciously, there's conscious, subconscious, right? See what I'm saying? Consciously pick out the source, end result. What do you want? Pick out the source, okay? Consciously focus on that repetitively, listen to that thing over and over and over and over and over and over. Your belief will begin to change. When your belief changes, your behavior will change. When your behavior changes, your results will begin to change. When your results changes, it feeds that belief, and it strengthens that belief and reinforces that new belief, and now it becomes stronger and stronger. It's a loop system, right? It becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, and then before you know it, nobody will convince you of anything different. You know what I mean? When I was broke and I was doing this, what I just literally just told you, and I was broke, I didn't have $2 to rub together, you could not convince me I wasn't already a millionaire. You could not convince me I wasn't doing something that was super important in the world, in our community. Think about this. Drop me a comment below. Let me know if you're tracking with me on this one. Okay, if you resonate with this message, if deep down in your heart of hearts, you're like, yeah, man, I get it. I'm game. I'm down for it. Give me that like. Hit that like button. This is how you know. Let me know that you're enjoying these, and I can continue to make these kind of videos for you. Here we can continue to chat. No fancy production here. Just me and my phone. Whatever location I might be in, I'm coming to you. And my intention is to drop you a video every day, deliver to you things that will help you if you implement them. Okay, appreciate you. Stay in the game. Don't give up. Okay, do not, whatever is going on in your life, refuse to give up. Don't give up, not yet. Hang in there. Okay, stay here longer. Stay with me longer. We're gonna change your life. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless.